Welcome to WagerTalk TV, everyone. I'm Minty Bets, your host, joined by Tony Mejia at Mejia Dinero on Twitter and Rob Veno at Rob Veno Sports. That's Veno. Guys, we're talking Super Bowl here. Super Bowl takes place this Sunday, February 7th. We got the Chiefs being hosted by the Bucs. Chiefs laying 3 on the road here, and the total set at 56. Tony, I'm interested to see what props you're betting, what your best bet is. Tell me.
Well, I'm going to keep it a secret who I actually like in this game and where I'm going on the total until probably Super Bowl Sunday or at least the weekend. I'm like phobic that we're going to get late word that somebody came down with COVID or has to go into protocol, and it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to go ahead and wait. It was a strategy that worked for me during the college football season, and I used it in NFL. Didn't have a great NFL season, but just still think that we always have the specter of the unknown hovering above us. Could come in Super Bowl Sunday. Not to mention it's in Tampa and in Florida. The skies can open at the drop of a hat on one side of the street where it's not raining on the other. So we'll see what happens there. But I have isolated a player prop that I really think that I'm going to dive into robustly throughout this game. Probably bet at multiple shops, and it's Mecole Hardman going over 27 and a half yards for this Super Bowl. And I'll tell you my rationale, Minty. Patrick Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns and 462 yards against the Bucs the first time these teams met. Tyreek Hill caught 204 yards of receptions in the first quarter of that game. So with that being fresh in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' minds, I think you'll see them shade coverages. I think other players will end up being more of a focal point, particularly early. Now, the second variable with the Chiefs passing game is the fact that Travis Kelce will probably be asked to block far more often than he would have ordinarily been asked to if the Chiefs were coming in here with a completely healthy offensive line, which we obviously know they aren't. Eric Fisher's out. They lost their top tackle even coming into this season. So I'm a little hesitant on being gung-ho about Kansas City's offense really flourishing with so many questions along that offensive line. So with Kelce being probably less of a factor in the passing game, that makes me like Hardman even more. And it also makes me wonder why a player that is on a streak since November and being targeted for multiple games of 8 catches or more now has a prop above him that's less than that and under 97 and a half receiving yards. So from that standpoint, I think the books are on to this potential variable in this game, and Travis Kelce will end up underperforming by his expectations. He'll still probably give the Chiefs a great chance of winning, but it'll be with more blocking than receiving. So I'm going to take the under on Travis Kelce props and grit my teeth. Because that's going to be tough to watch for 4 quarters since he can explode. And I'm certainly going in on Mecole Hardman going over.
All right, love it. Rob Veno, what do you got for us?
Well, I'll second Tony's opinion on Mecole Hardman going over. That's one of the ones I liked right off the bat from the Kansas City perspective on offense. There's a lot of talk that what Tampa Bay will do is go to what everybody's gone to against Kansas City, right? One of those cover 2 shell type defenses, make Kansas City throw everything underneath and don't let them get over the top, because in game 1, as Tony mentioned, Tyreek Hill went crazy for 200 plus yards, burning the secondary in the first quarter. But I don't know that works for Tampa Bay here. If you just look at the 2 games that Tampa Bay has played in the playoffs so far, Cleveland tried the same thing, right? Cleveland thought, we're going to run the ball, we're going to grind the clock, we're going to go to this cover 2 shell, not let anybody get over the top. What happened in that game was Kansas City wound up with 438 total yards, 315 through the air. They scored on 5 of their first 6 possessions. The only one they didn't score on happened to be a 33-yard field goal, which they missed. Normally a chip shot, that's the length of an extra point. So it made no difference. Patrick Mahomes, very patient, right down the field, 5 drives out of 6, they score. Buffalo comes back, tries the same thing. They had a previous game against Kansas City where they played that type of defense. They felt they could do it again. Travis Kelce goes crazy. Kansas City scores 38 points. Kansas City scores on 6 of their first 7 possessions. 439 total yards, 325 passing yards. These numbers are basically similar. Tampa Bay, I know a lot's being made of the Kansas City offensive line injuries, but let's not forget that Sean Murphy-Bunting, a real standout in the Tampa Bay secondary, not available here for Tampa Bay. I know Antoine Winfield comes back at a safety position, but Kansas City just has too many answers for what you want to do defensively. Todd Bowles would love to blitz. We'll see if he can. My feeling is if they can't get to Patrick Mahomes with four-man rush, then they're going to get torched all over the field. You know, Kansas City didn't even pretend to run the football in the first game. They threw the ball 50 times, and they were ahead the whole way. Tampa Bay threw it 41. That makes 91 passing attempts in that game. They were chasing. You might see those same types of numbers here. I'm going to look really quick, guys, at Tampa Bay receivers who I may get to as well. Mike Evans has a couple of props here, 4.5 receptions. He's targeted 9 times in that first game. Only came up with 3 catches, but if Brady goes to him 9 times, he'll probably get more than 4.5 catches this time. Also, on those 3 catches, he got 50 yards, and his receiving total is only 64.5. So one additional catch probably does it for Evans. And I would take a look at Antonio Brown. I think that Antonio Brown at 42.5 receiving yards, it looks like he'll go in this game. You know, with him, it could be 1 catch and you're over the total. So I think those 2 guys might be worth a look here. But I can't see much of a change to what happened in the first game. I think both of these quarterbacks are going to air it out, and we'll see what happens from there.
All righty, guys. Tony, do you have any other props to add, or are you good?
Well, I think a lot of people will be betting on Tom Brady to hook up with his good friend Rob Gronkowski at some point in this game. You know, it's 2021. It's a weird year. Look for Cameron Brate to be the tight end that catches a touchdown pass from Tom Brady, not Gronk. So you might want to get in on that touchdown prop.
Ooh, I like it. All right, guys, check out Tony Mejia and Rob Veno at WagerTalk.com. And don't forget, every Monday is $9 Monday at WagerTalk. Get any daily pick or package for just $9 every single Monday at WagerTalk.com.